So I was rewatching some of the cutscenes from Kingdom Hearts 2 the other day, and everything seemed normal enough by Kingdom Hearts standards. You got darkness, goofy deaths, flying poo, you name it. But then I watched this incredible scene. I of course chuckled and got on with my day. Later on, I was admiring my 5 copies of Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, as any sane person would do. But then, I had a moment of clarity. How did Donald Duck know who Sephiroth was? Think about it for a second. Donald never met or knew about Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1, and was only ever told about the one-winged angel in Radiant Garden. He shouldn't really have a clear idea about who Sephiroth is, but he does. Sure, you could say, well, look at him, who else could it be? But listen to the way Donald addresses Sephiroth here. He says that with passion, like he has a clear knowledge of who he is. It doesn't make sense. If he had never seen him before, he would be less certain in his statement. This led me to believe that Donald Duck knew Sephiroth already before the events of Kingdom Hearts 2, and I strongly believe the reason for this is that Donald Duck is Sephiroth's brother. I assure you that I 100% personally believe this theory to be true, and not as some sort of dumb joke. So please, buy some snacks from your local Moogle as I explain why Donald Duck is closely related to the literal god himself, Sephiroth.
Goodbye.
What is this?
Oh, that's a gun.
I solved the mystery.
Alright, I'm just going to go through all the evidence and reasoning I've uncovered as to why Donald Duck and Sephiroth are brothers. This is the worst video I've ever made. Let's begin with a fairly obvious one, their looks and abilities. You may be thinking, how on earth are Donald Duck and Sephiroth's visual traits similar? Like at all? Well, most of them aren't, and that's the point. Because you see, according to the internet, it is extremely common for siblings to have complete opposite personalities. I believe Tetsuya Nomura knew this fact, and made it so their abilities got turned upside down, with Donald Duck and Sephiroth having opposite abilities. Similar to siblings' personalities. Donald is a bird that doesn't have wings and can't fly. Meanwhile, Sephiroth is a human with one wing that can fly. Do you see where I'm going with this? Donald has the abilities and traits of a regular person, while Sephiroth has the abilities of a duck. Coincidence? I think not. It all makes sense. Another opposite I just thought of. Sephiroth probably doesn't have a phone, but Donald Duck does. I bet on his phone he's subscribed to my channel and follows me on Twitter at SpeedsterCreate1. You know what, be like Donald Duck and subscribe to the channel. I mean if you want to, that is. Now back on topic. You know how your grandma could look at Sephiroth and assume he's an edgy teenager?
This is who I am!
Let me draw your attention to DuckTales 2017, Emo Donald Duck. Need I say more? I'm mentioning this because siblings will also have similar attributes as well as opposite personalities, right? Well, guess what these two guys have in common?
Dreamboat Express! Donkey!
Yep, their magical abilities. One of the many similarities between Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy VII is the use of magical abilities. It isn't really something that is rare among characters. People like Tifa and Goofy don't seem to be the general magic-using type, but they both can use magic just as well as each other anyway. It's the difference between how well people use their magic that counts. And what do you know? Donald Duck and Sephiroth just so happen to be pretty even in terms of power levels. Towards the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, Donald Duck, like the absolute Chad he is, unleashed his greatest and most powerful spell yet, the Zeta Flare.
No! Donald! No!
Everyone died
This basically takes out Terra Xehanort in one big hit. This demonstrates how Donald Duck is secretly the most powerful Kingdom Hearts character. Now look at Sephiroth. He's also the most powerful character in his franchise, being capable of using the same magic as Donald to an even greater degree. He can summon world-destroying meteors, model for the ladies, and even create Italian kebabs apparently. He is extremely powerful and a worthy opponent of similar power to Donald. This type of pair has been done before with characters like Ryuko and Satsuki from Kill la Kill, with them having similar powers and being siblings, meaning these types of characters have been done before. It all just makes sense. Now let's talk about one of the most iconic parts about Sephiroth, his theme. Ah yes, One Winged Angel. This song is amazing. It strikes fear into whoever listens. Whenever Cloud is minding his own business, Sephiroth just shows up and Cloud is all like, "Oh shit, it's a white guy!" It's a good thing too, otherwise I wouldn't have realised that this was secretly directed towards Donald Duck. Yeah, it's true. It is possible to sing Donald Duck's name to the beat of One Winged Angel, and it's glorious. D-O-N-A-L, D-N-D-U-C-K, D-O-N-A-L, D-N-D-U-C-K, Donald Duck. This is the closest thing you're getting to me singing, by the way. But how does this prove that Donald is related to Sephiroth? Well, you see, music is an important part of each of these characters. Sephiroth's theme is a part of his overall image. The same goes with Donald and the DuckTales theme. So watch what happens when we sing Sephiroth's name, just like we did for the other theme. S-E-P-H-I-R-O-T-H.
That was truly cringeworthy.
Yes, it fits practically perfectly. Composers usually like to sneak themes from one character into another to show how two separate things are really connected. The fact that these songs are directly connected this way proves how they are related. The DuckTales cast was also in Kingdom Hearts 2 in the same location as Sephiroth. Yet another hint towards how these two people are related. So if Donald and Sephiroth are brothers, that would mean they have the same mother. That doesn't make any sense. How can a mother give birth to an anime swordsman and a waterfowl?
Let me explain.
I hope to God you're adopted.
Thank you, Mother.
First off, yes, Donald Duck and Sephiroth have the same mother. It might not make sense, and might make you think if someone watched a few too many episodes of BNA and Beastars, but it's the truth. You see, in Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth wasn't just naturally born a god. The scientists over at Shinra Evil Incorporated had injected Sephiroth's mother with cells from an alien being known as Genova. This caused Genova's cells to merge with Sephiroth's unborn body, giving him his powers. This is also the reason as to why he is seen as insane, becoming the god he is today. Because of this, Genova is considered Sephiroth's mother, because of the stronger connection he has to her. Now let's waddle back towards Donald Duck.
I am the storm.
Why does he have extreme magical capabilities? Like, he's a flippin' duck. Well, I believe he too had these same experiments done on him as well. It is true that Disney says that his mother is Hordonese McDuck, so it is possible she had the same Genova cells injected into her, again making both Sephiroth and Donald have the same connection to Genova, making them have the same mother. It also explains Donald's anger issues, which are similar to Sephiroth's insanity. Does this sound a little far-fetched and too ridiculous to sound real? Well, this is still Kingdom Hearts. There have been dumber things in this universe, with just a greater logic being used. Remember how in Dream Drop Distance, when it's revealed that everyone is Xehanort?
Me.
Gungaga.
It's a pretty similar situation, as long as you don't think about it too much. So both Donald and Sephiroth come from the same mother, being Genova, explaining why they are brothers. Now if this makes any sense to you and you actually believe this, you're probably wondering, where is the original mother of Sephiroth? But especially, where is Donald's? Since they had original mothers before Genova, that means that they're not really brothers. That disproves your theory.
Well,
Of course not.
That's it?
So here's the thing, when Sephiroth was born, his mother tragically died giving birth to him. By the way, all of these Final Fantasy facts I'm mentioning are real in-universe lore. I'm not making anything up. I did actual research for this video and I'm disappointed in that. Now if Donald's mother also had the same Jenova cells injected into her, that would imply that Donald's mother also died during childbirth. What the heck has this video become? Making Jenova the only other mother Donald would have had. Donald never mentions his duck mother in Kingdom Hearts, making the case of Jenova being Donald's mother more likely, and even if their mothers hadn't died, like a dad going to buy some milk, it is highly likely that the mothers would have left them anyway. Duck mothers are usually pretty good when it comes to children. It is possible for the mother to leave their children and have them suffer the same fate as Puss in Boots and Humpty Dumpty. This would have happened as since Sephiroth is an evil god, the mother would panic and leave them in the hands of Jenova, thus explaining definitively how Donald and Sephiroth would see Jenova as their mother.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
No. He's got a point.
Okay, I believe you.
This would explain why Donald knows Sephiroth, as well as why he clearly dislikes Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2, for either causing the death of his mother or causing her to leave them behind. Now with this detail explained, it's all come together to make one of the worst and least likely theories on the internet, with some of the worst evidence ever. So let's jump to the end of this video, cause I can only think of so many dumb coincidences to write about and call evidence after all.
I'm out. Done with this
So now you understand why Donald Duck is Sephiroth's brother, right? Well, good for you, because like I said at the beginning of the video, I 100% believe this theory to be true. I just don't see any other possible explanations for the way Donald talks about Sephiroth. They have similar traits to real-world siblings, similar magic power, they both have their tragic pasts. It all comes together to explain why they are indeed brothers. This explanation is very important to the ever-extending lore of Kingdom Hearts and Disney as a whole. It manages to answer questions that no one was asking, and it allowed myself to realise that Donald Duck was the son of Jenova. So I think this video was well worth it. Remember to join me next time as I explain why Aerith had it coming. I don't really know why I decided to make this video. I kinda just thought of it as a dumb joke one day, and I accidentally thought of some broken evidence to support it. So I thought, why not? This video might be kinda short, pretty stupid, and pretty dumb, but I had fun making it. At least now, you know why Donald Duck is indeed the brother of Sephiroth. Good night.